trying to get from here to the end, but it's bouncing off this wall and bouncing off that wall and bouncing off this, and it takes this really long journey to get where it's going. And wouldn't it be easier if it just dropped into place instead of bouncing off of walls and exerting all of this energy and hitting a wall and not getting anywhere and bouncing off another wall and hitting that wall? And I realized that I had been bouncing off of a few walls, even though I thought I had my stuff together and I was so clear on everything. It got that deeper. And all of a sudden, things just opened up and my energy levels went up and my clarity went up. I would have had no idea that I was not in alignment, because when you look at things from a relative point of view, where I was completely out of alignment before doing the CPA work and having unreconciled relationships with family, and I had done so much work, and I was grateful for going from A to B. But what I was shown that weekend was I wasn't done. And that since I had done all of that work, I was actually ready to go from B to C, maybe even from C to D, and take that alignment and that reconciliation and core to another level. And I was clawing on for the first couple of days. I was just clawing and holding on to what I thought my alignment was, because I had done so much work to get there that I thought I had arrived. And I didn't realize there was an even better destination for me to go to. It's really tough, isn't it, when we have to let go of something. And I needed, all of a sudden, the energy of what had happened in the temple with fire and flood came so clear that I had to destroy something, break it down, and then wash it away in order for it to be cleansed. And I pulled the Purify card this morning. There was never any accident to these cards. I like to use the word tenacious as a characteristic to describe me, but the complementary form to tenacious when we're not stepping into our power is stubborn. And so, I have a stubborn side to me. For the most part, I'm tenacious, and I'm just really goal-oriented and ambitious and driven and focused, and I know what I want and I go for it, and I don't let anything tell me that I can't have it. But sometimes that can lead us down a path of not realizing that it isn't that someone's telling us we can't have it, but maybe there's something better, that if we just course correct even 1 degree, we can end up in a completely different destination. If a ship is navigating on its course, just 1/2 degree shift in the compass will take you to a completely different port at the end of its destination as compared to where it's going. And I needed to go up there and get a course correction. So now I'm excited to go back again, although a little scared maybe. If there are any future course corrections, if this is going to happen every time I go up there, I'm not sure I can bear it. So I'm going to ask you, have you been getting signs in your life that have been possibly subtle, or maybe not so subtle, that have been urging you and nudging you a little bit to do a course correction, to let go of something and wash it away so that you can see something easier? And I think we use the phraseology I talk about, one thing, when you're aligned, it isn't a struggle. But here's the part that makes it elusive. We are so accustomed to struggling that we don't even realize when we are. And we are so accustomed to going through our life and working hard and climbing uphill and doing things in such an inefficient way that it doesn't even occur to us that it could be that easy, that things could happen that congruently. And what I got, and then I taught a class yesterday, 5 essential elements for healthy holistic healing practice, and I teach that I was repeating everything my mentor had told me, Jesse, about being in alignment and finding that niche, finding that core value, suddenly as I was talking to the class yesterday, the laws of attraction came in and they said that it is only when you get that aligned do the laws of attraction work for you at a level you could never have imagined. They talk about it in The Secret. So we think we have the laws of attraction. We sit in our car and say, I'm abundant, I'm abundant. You know, money is attractive to me, I have an abundant life. And those are just words. But when it's deep in here, when you really define so succinctly, and clearly and effortlessly your purpose for what it is that you want to accomplish. And your purpose could change. Your purpose now could be one thing. In 5 years, once you've accomplished that, your purpose could change a little bit. There's something that says that, you know, there's only one thing that you do. You know, it's a course, it's a destination of different accomplishments. But when you get that clear on what you want to do, when it's that real to you, the energy opens up, and then what you project out to the universe is what you want. The laws of attraction come with such energy and abundance and swiftness. All of a sudden, we had a turnaround this weekend in our administration and finances here because I got in that level of alignment with what it was that I was doing. And I'll share with you what that is. I thought my vision here was to create a spiritual community, to reach out to the entire county of Orange and create a place where people could explore their spirituality in a way that was very personal and private to them. And I created that because that's what I wanted. And the whole purpose of the Sunday services is to do that. And I was always so frustrated that we didn't have, 200 people in here. And I kept asking myself, what am I doing wrong? Am I not that great of a speaker? Are the topics that great? Is it too early? Is it the wrong day? And I kept saying, why isn't there more people in here? And the epiphany that I got was more refined than that. And I finally got my what do I do statement down with perfect, concise clarity. I create a safe environment for holistic healers to develop, practice, and teach their healing arts. And I finally got to be a round peg fitting in a round hole. And it became that empowered. That is the main purpose of the temple here. This group, this is something I do for me because I just so much enjoy having a place to go on a Sunday morning that is just about community. And I'm no longer worried how big this group is or how small it is. You guys are here. Let's have some fun with that, and let's do what we came here to do today and be together. And I don't care if there's 2 of you out there or 200. This is the group that I created inside, not as an umbrella to everything that we do here, but rather the umbrella is creating a safe community, and then this is just something I do inside my community, and this is my personal group. And I got out of the save-you complex that I was supposed to create these big numbers in here and feed everybody else, and it was just, I was butting my head up against a wall. And now I'm like, this is just fun. And I wasn't even here last weekend when the first one started at 11, but today is 11 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock, and I felt like I had a whole Sunday morning. I got up at 8 o'clock and I could have had time to walk on the beach. I made breakfast, meditated, did some things around the house, and I felt like I had a Sunday morning before I even arrived here. And so I came here, and everybody said, your energy is so high. I'm like, I feel so energized. So I'm going to ask you, even if you don't think that there's struggle in your life, even if you don't think that things are hard, is anybody willing to own that statement? No? Okay, cool. So we're all on the same page. Nobody's in denial. It could be easier. The things that you want in this life could come to you with such amazing swiftness and effortlessness. And all you have to do is really get in there and ask, what is my life about? What is my true purpose? And it might not be what you think it is. It might be a slight iteration off. Mine was not that far of a shift when you really think about it. I thought it was a spiritual community, and inside that we nurtured healers. And all I had to do was realize, no, we're here for the healers, and one of the things we do for all the healers is have a United Conscious community where there's a Sunday service inside of that. But our primary purpose here is, and that was what revealed to me, is as we create a space, and you guys are healers, you might work for the IRS, you might, walk dogs, but anytime you are of service to humanity in some way, that makes you a healer. So this is a community of healers, and in that capacity, we hold classes so that you can learn. We give you an opportunity to practice your skills. We give you an opportunity to teach. We give you an opportunity to play and go to sound healing concerts and drumming circles and holistic healing fairs. And we give you community. This is the community part for you all as healers. And it's perfect the way that it is. And all of a sudden I went, that feels so much easier. With clarity comes ease. So you might not be as stubborn as me. You may not be holding on to what you think is what you're supposed to be doing, clawing and kicking and screaming the way I do. Or maybe you do. Maybe you're just like me. Maybe you don't even realize it. So I'm going to ask you to let Kali come in if you resonate with her. And if not, your guides, your guardian angels, whomever it else is that you call in to help you in your time of need and guidance. And I'd like you to set the intention this week. And feel free to email me or call me if something amazing happens to you in the next couple of days. So if you're ready, and if you'd like to, I dare you to set the intention to say, show me what it is that I need to do to make that one iteration that brings me closer to my core value, that makes my life so much easier and so much purposeful when I get there. Does that sound like something everybody's willing to do? Could you set that intention? Ooh, look at my little trumpets up here. Okay. Always, always ask for changes with ease and grace and for my highest and best good. You're allowed to say with ease and grace. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be painful. Show me what I need to do to shift my paradigm to come closer to my core message, my purpose-driven life, for my highest and best good with ease and grace. Got that? You can break it down. Show me, make it clear, make it easy. And meditate on that. Okay? And the card that you drew, because Spirit knew I was going to have this as my topic, the card that you drew is going to be a clue to what you have to do. A few giggles. The card that you drew is a clue about setting that intention. And it could be fixing something in your heart and soul first that allows you to have the courage to set that intention. It could be the ascended master that you need to work with you in order to set that intention. could be that you already know that that's what your intention is, and this is a confirmation. So either way, the card is perfect for you. Want to go for it? Let's go for it. And I'm going to call in White Tara, since she was the one. Oh, and Kali's here too. Okay. White Tara, oh, more Kali. Okay, more Kali is here than anything else. Vansel always looks over my shoulder and kind of sees who's here. I love talking to him afterwards, because wherever I call in, he gives me a visual description, and it's just so incredibly cool. So I'm feeling like it's Kali who's coming in. Everybody feel her presence? It's a fiery, hot, but safe and nurturing presence. And she's just going to come in and say, let's just ignite something so that it catches fire and disintegrates, that doesn't serve you anymore. And when you say, for my highest and best good, it could be something little, it could be something large, it's whatever it is perfect for you. So let's not judge whether or not you have a huge shift or a little shift. We are perfect, beautiful individuals that do things exactly as we need them. Okay, you ready? Breathing, closing your eyes, do a little toning to take us in. With sincerity, with love in our hearts, with purposeful intent in our soul, we call in Kali energy, asking her to be with us now, bringing in her wisdom, showing us her ways, giving us guidance, support, love, energy, courage, clarity, vision, wherewithal, awareness, consciousness, appreciation, gratitude, selflessness, and unconditional love of self, which we need in order to look deep within and reflect and make the changes that are for our highest and best good, with ease and grace, that shifts our paradigm just enough of an iteration to take us closer to our core message, our core value, the purpose of this life. And although we may not go all the way to the purest understanding of the purpose of this life, this exercise today will take us one paradigm closer to understanding it. And through that shift that takes us one iteration closer to understanding it, we derive peace and comfort, wisdom and vision, and life gets easier and less of a struggle. Feeling her energy now, her hands are fiery and warm, as you feel her coming around you, and you may feel some warmth on your shoulders, you may feel some warmth in your solar plexus or your heart area, it may even be over your third eye. Feel the heat of her hands as she generates her loving energy into your space. Your personal sovereignty is always intact. She can only come into your space if you invite her with an open heart. If she's not who you resonate with, just invite somebody else in like you do. You can ask for God, Moses, Jesus Christ, any Hindu gods, and his outserve us, washing it away, creating space for universal wisdom to come into our hearts and show us the highest purpose of our being here. And if something comes in that feels strange or unrealistic, just sit with it. Recognize that clarity may come over the next several days, and ask yourself if you're willing to see things differently, to embrace something that is new, that perhaps you never thought of before. Giving yourself permission to have a life of ease and grace. Giving yourself permission to have things come to you so easy, so swiftly, so effortlessly, so energetically aligned. Telling yourself the more and more you align with your purpose, the more effortlessness life becomes. Imagine a bowling alley, and then as you roll that ball straight down the middle, you get a perfect strike, or what it feels like when the ball goes out of alignment and hits the gutter, or only hits 2 or 3 on the end. Being in alignment is seeing that ball go down that center of the alley perfectly, hitting that center pin, laying everything out for you, so there are no obstacles, no gauntlets. Everything happens that beautifully. You have this right, you have this ability. You have everything within you to have that higher purpose for you. Feeling that coming in true to you. Higher purpose for you. Such beauty, such grace, such ease. Feel the warmth that comes. Take it into your heart. Allow it to be all around you. Thanking Kali for coming. Showing your gratitude and appreciation. Offering her the love from your heart as an energy exchange, as she came in to offer you the love from her heart. Thanking her. Imagining putting your hands in prayer position, namaste, and saying, thank you, Kali. Whenever you're ready, just come back to the room. I'm being told to tell you that some of you may have gotten a clear indication of what it is that you need to shift. Others of you, it will be revealed to you over the next couple of days or the next week. And you know how I normally read these cards for you and give you an interpretation? I'm being told not to today because it's important that you allow whatever the message is to be revealed to you personally right at that moment, because for some of you, a few events are going to happen prior to the revelation, and if I give you the message ahead of time, it will obstruct universal order, and we never want it to there. So write down your card, if you would. When you come next week, I want you to check in with me. And you back, if you'd like to come and get a card, we have some cards here at the top table. This is going to be, just come on and grab cards. And this is going to be the clue that you need. This is your clue of whatever it is that you're going to shift this week, that Kali is going to come in and help you with. And so just write down the card and who's it from and what the message is. If you have an inclination as to what it means, but I want you to kind of absorb it. And then next week when we gather, I'll ask if anybody would like to share what card they got and what happened to them this week, or what events took place that maybe might seem a little bit confusing that has something to do with this shift. And this is really one of the things that we do here in this earth time experience, is we have our higher purpose, and some of us are born having a really crystal clear indication from the moment that we have a consciousness. Our oldest daughter started telling us when she was 11 that she was going to be an attorney. As she developed her skills, then she said a public service attorney, and it wasn't about a corporate job, and then he went. And Kim said, okay, I'll put my house on the market, and if I'm supposed to go, it'll happen like that. She put her house on the market on Wednesday. By Thursday, had 8 offers, and on Friday accepted one that was something like $30,000 over her asking price. Pretty clear indication that that's what she was supposed to do. That is how easy and quick things in your life can and should happen, or will happen, when you are in alignment. There are 0 obstacles. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine what your life would be like if there were no obstacles and nothing holding you down, and nothing that made it difficult? We haven't even been raised to grasp and create imagination of those concepts. So this is hugely new, isn't it? To believe that that's possible. So I'm here to tell you, I encourage you to unlearn everything that you have ever been taught that said that that wasn't possible. Because it is. It is absolutely possible. And when you have that level of removal of every single gauntlet, good people do good things. You will be at a level of service to humanity that you never dreamed possible. But I ask you to start dreaming that now. When I created this spiritual community, one of the things that I had longed for was a place to go to meet like-minded individuals and to sit in a room and say the word chakra and clairvoyance and spirit guide and angels as a vernacular, as a local vernacular, to be able to incorporate that into a flow of conversation without being frightened that I was going to look different or offend somebody. But more important to that was when I was learning how to be a spiritual healer, I was frustrated that I couldn't find places to learn, that I couldn't find teachers, that I didn't have a place to practice it, didn't have a place to teach it. And I was, again, frightened that there would be other people out there that didn't understand it. And there wasn't any place to play and have fun. And so I had been concentrating on the one piece, and was those 5 elements that I was missing as a spiritual healer that I created here. So I created it